0.4 magnitude earthquake struck off the southern coast of Chile and Argentina on Friday, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. There are no reports of any damage or casualties as of now. The earthquake's epicenter was 219 kilometers from Ushuaia in Argentina, the world's most southern city. Now, soon after the Chilean authorities issued a tsunami warning, the coastal areas of Chile and Argentina were evacuated. More than 1,700 people moved to higher ground in the sparsely populated area, including 1,000 from the town of Puerto Williams and 500 from Puerto Natales. Chile is often affected by earthquakes, with 3 tectonic plates converging within its territory.
A powerful undersea earth southern tip of South America. The seismic
Already. Shalom, Israel. Let's start by giving all glory and praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. I'm the brother I'm one for down table Florida, for the camera props in Babylon. Come with another quick hit to the man part BAHASHAM outside. Lord went to edify and feed the sheep. Double horn said I was an apostle, great millstone, teach you well. Peace and blessings to the brothers who push his work and true sincerity to the scattered abroad. All right. Now I wanted to go into this little lesson. All right, going into this recent earthquake that just took place over there in Chile. All right, which is the southern parts of America. All right, was Chile and Argentina that was hit. All right, which I'm gonna read a little bit going into it, but you had this major, magnitude of an earthquake come through. All right, and cause for these warnings to go off, man. All right, usually when you see things like this, happen or pop off, all right, it leaves these people in great distress. All right, which, spirits only go into it because these earthquakes is going to lead to these people to, have to see it to believe it, man. All right, and it ain't just earthquakes, but it's, the other catastrophic things that's going to happen, amongst this earth that's going to get these people, up and moving, man. All right, you either going to be up and moving for Yahawah BAHASHAM Shai, or you going to be up and moving because you got death on your heels, man. Okay, but this earthquake, being something, recently that just happened. All right, right before this one, you had a major one that happened over there in, I believe, somewhere in China, something like Bangkok, if I'm not mistaken. And you had a whole bunch of people who were being found in debris. Okay, you were having people who were, buildings was collapsing. All right, just a whole great destruction, man, swept through there. All right, and left, a total of numbers of death, man. Okay, and this year, man, just coming into it, there's been nothing but death left and right. Okay, which shows you that the Lord is visiting this place, man. All right, you got multiple, outbreaks where there's, people marching and pretty much protesting in the streets. All right, or some type of vandalizing. All right, or vandalism. Okay, you have it where these people are completely, livid, man. So things are being stored up here. All right, and it's only going to get much worse. Okay, it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. All right, and just seeing this, seeing this on a news break. All right, I'll read a little bit of this article. We're going to grab these scriptures. But I'm reading a little bit in this article, which is this Newsbreak app, which a Newsbreak app is, a good app to go on to keep up to date what's going on local or even global. All right, just keep that watch. But it says, this is the article. It says Business Times, and it reads 7.4 magnitude earthquake triggers tsunami alerts across southern Chile and Argentina. So you have this major earthquake that triggered these alerts. All right, that triggered these alerts that caused many people, to be in great distress if not distress and panic. All right. When you see something like that could cause a tsunami, you look at all the times that a tsunami has came in. What was left after that tsunami, man? Barely anything. Okay. You had nothing but destruction that came through. Okay. And that's all about to accumulate here. Okay. Very soon through the spirit prayer by YAHAWASHI. With this being just an example, it's just gonna come sweeping, man. A tsunami or a damn, earthquake gonna be the least of your worries when your stomach, okay, is touching your back and you got great hunger and you looking for something to eat on, man, and you can't find nothing. Or when you have these individuals having a spirit created for vengeance upon them, and they devouring individuals, or they are slaying individuals because they are sick and ill in the mind, and demons on them, man. Okay, it's an accumulation of things that are gonna come upon this place, proceeding to 2 Ezra chapter 15. Okay, and even greater. But this is just something that's just starting off. He's going to speak about the beginning of sorrows, man. All right. But needless to say, you had the 7.4 magnitude earthquake triggers tsunami alerts across southern Chile and Argentina. Okay. So you have it where, individuals were given these alerts. Now, reading a little bit of the article, it says a powerful 7.4 magnitude earthquake struck off the southern coast of South Africa. Oh, no, Slovakia. South America. Jake says South Africa. South America. So, say Slovakia. It says Friday. It says promoting tsunami warnings, mass evacuations, and emergency alerts in Chile and Argentina. So you had these people ready to get into evacuations, okay, because of what? This earthquake, man. And this earthquake ain't just a small one, okay? It's a huge one, man. All right, it's a huge one. And for you to see something like a 7.4 magnitude earthquake, it's shaking everything up. All right, the floors are unstable. Everything is unstable. Rather this could be something off the coast, or it could be something that's directly off the or at home, man. This is something that's happening frequently. All right, throughout throughout every year, you're seeing more and more of these earthquakes become more frequent here, man. And that's because, once again, the scripture says, this is when you will know, okay, when the highest is getting to visit the world. Okay, it says these are the things. All right, these will be the signs. Okay, earthquakes, man. All right, but let me grab this right here. This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 9, starting at verse 1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And that's how do we measure time diligently in itself? With these scriptures, man. Okay, watching, all right, paying attention and tying it up when it comes to prophecy, man. Okay, so this is how we be able to see these things, man. You seeing earthquakes continuously popping off from different areas around the world, which shows you that there ain't no escaping, man. The Lord's gonna make it known, okay, from each four corners of the earth. You're gonna see it, man. It's gonna be undeniable, all right? Undeniable, man. You're gonna see it and you're gonna hear it, okay? Because when all this comes to hit even much harder here, all right, it ain't gonna be you ain't know, man. It ain't gonna be you ain't hear it, man, or you ain't see it. It's all gonna be put 3D in front of you individuals' faces, man. Okay, through the spirit and power by YAHAWASHI. It says, verse 20. It says, bringing it back, 2 Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So that's how you're going to know, all right, when you see these things. And it's going to expound on that through this verse 3. All right, this is how you're going to know the Lord's, beginning to visit this world, man. Verse 3 says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. And we've been seeing that continuously. All right. And it's just only gotten worse. All right. Over the last 5 years, people are getting a lot more agitated. Okay. People are getting a lot more aggressive. All right. For lack of a better word than to say. People are getting a lot more aggressive with individuals, with themselves, with their loved ones. Okay. They're getting sick of, the disappointments that this place is providing, man. They're getting sick and tired of just everything. You're seeing more people protest. You're seeing more civil unrest. You're seeing more people and just completely over it, which is causing those uproars in the streets, man. Causing those uproars to happen, okay, more and more frequently. Then you have earthquakes that's just popping off left and right like popcorn, man. I typed it in about, touching up on this topic, and I seen about maybe 4 more earthquakes. Whether it's a 3.4 or a 7 point this or, 3 point that, 6 point this. Just more earthquakes happening. More and more, man, continuously. These are the things that we want to see, okay? Through the spirit and prayer by YAHAWASHI. All right? These individuals, these people, man, I have no clue what's to come. All right? The Lord says he's going to bring great death and destruction, famine, and the whole nine. You got pestilence. You got just a whole list. The Lord's not playing around, man. The Lord's not joking. It's going to be a lot of grievous deaths very much soon, man, on these streets. Verse 4 says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So this is all stationed, man, before we can even, we see the daylight. This is already stationed to happen. This is already planned according to the will of YAHAWASHI. This is the Lord's movie, man. Okay? And it's going to be played out the way he wants it played out. All right? So this is already set up to happen. To be seeing these things and these times towards the end of Esau's rulership, man. All right? It's over with. Verse 5, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end. All right, these devils had a good run, okay? A good old run, man. But now it's coming to the end. And the end is manifested. We're seeing the end manifest, man. We're seeing these things right before our eyes. The destruction and the downfall of Esau Edom, okay, and his kingdom, okay? And the rest of these motherfuckers who done followed after these motherfuckers, man. Okay? Excuse my French. So this place is on its way out of here. And another one being built up, but way forever. Forever and ever. All right? So let's grab this right here and read a little bit more of this article. And then we're going to grab the precepts. All right? See, it says, I started from the top. Back in the Business Times article, it says a powerful 7.4 magnitude earthquake struck off the southern coast of South America Friday, promoting tsunami warnings, mass evacuations, emergency alerts in Chile and Argentina. You see it, all right? You have the video. It shows you these, big old slash gaps within the streets, cars tilt over, places shaking up, just a great rubble, just shaking up, man. All right. This place is going down. And it's a bunch of, you got Argentina, it says, in Chile, which that's the Northern Kingdom, man, down there. Okay, Neptali, man. So, Jake feeling it from every side. Where you are stationed at, you gonna feel this, man. You gonna see this. All right. It says the United States Geological Survey said the quake hit beneath the Drake Passage, roughly 219 kilometers south of Argentina, the world's southernmost city. All right. So you have it, man. This place is, been hit by a major earthquake, and it's causing a lot of, shaking up. Okay, the plates were being shaken up. All right, but that's the Lord shaking this place up, and He about to shake America up too with thermonuclear fire, man. Okay, just gonna speak on. She gonna be shaking like a drunkard. Okay, roughly paraphrasing, like shaking back to and fro like a drunkard. This place gonna be rocking back and forth for how many nukes gonna hit this place, man. All right, you got Russia, Iran, and China, speaking of these things where, hey, they could be pushing that button any minute now, man. Okay, which we know everything is according to the will of YAHAWASHI. But I know, we hope, man, that this place is closing out as quickly as possible. See, as Chris said, the Lord speeding up the times for His elect. All right. So we hoping. That's what we do. We're hoping. All right. Matter of fact, let me grab this right here. In the book of Matthew, chapter 24, I'll read it in NLT. It says, verse 6, and you will hear of wars and threats of wars, but don't panic. So we ain't got nothing to panic about. Be worried about when we hear these devils talking about pushing the button, the big old red button, when they speaking the way they speaking to one another. Hey, man, this the end of their part of rule, man. Go ahead, do what you gotta do. Esau, do what you gotta do. China, Russia, y'all do what you gotta do, man. This will be the last time you motherfuckers do it, man. It'll be the last time they do it. That's why we give all glory and praise to Yahawah by YAHAWASHI when we seeing this place getting shaken up by earthquakes and uproars in the streets, man. All right, when we seeing these devils barking and arguing at each other, these nations arguing with each other, it's all tying up with prophecy. All right, which you cannot avoid. It says, but don't panic. Yes, these things must take place. So they must take place. We don't have no worry about. We sitting back. We gonna patiently wait. It says, but the end won't follow immediately. So it's still some patience and things that has to take place. Which you got Jacob's trouble. All right. You still got World War III. Which these things are still even in the make of building up and spewing up right now. It's in the works, and it's just getting more and more piled on top of one another, man. To where it's an overflow and it starts to, it's like a burst. It's gonna be full-fledged, man. But in this time, we wait patiently, all right? Because the end is not yet. It says, verse 7, nation will go to war against nation and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in many parts of the world. And we didn't see nation will go, hey, Russia, Ukraine, and all these other nations, Israel, and Gaza, the whole what, come on, man. Rather, however it's played out, it's all once again a part of that movie, right? And these other nations, they have a script, man. They gotta play it out. Okay? They gotta play it out, man. Something's gotta tie in with these scriptures. Alright? It says, and kingdom against a kingdom, kingdom against kingdom, there will be famines and earthquakes in many parts of the world. So, you're going to be seeing famines, earthquakes in many parts of the world. Okay? And that's where you see each and every, parts, there's going to be something popping off, man. And ain't going to be no escaping in this day. All right? It's only going to get worse from here. Scriptures tell you that in, let me see. Let's see what type it in. Let's see. It says 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. This know also that in the last days, which we spoke about, the end is manifest, right? We are at the end of this devil's rulership, man. Okay? So it says now, reading in 2 Timothy 3, verse 1, this know also that in the last days, perilous times shall come. Okay? We at the end of this devil's rulership, man. And we're seeing what? Perilous times to come. Okay? Great troubles. Left and right. All right? Scripture says what? There is, you're going to have it where individuals going to, show no pity amongst each other on their neighbor, man. You're going to have what the scripture says, the love of many shall wax cold. All right? You're going to be seeing what I, brought out earlier, mentioned earlier, but you're going to see grievous deaths. You're going to see all this taking place here, man. Okay? It can happen overnight. It can happen tomorrow. It can happen in a few months. It can happen, who knows? Everything's according to the will of YAHAWAH, Shema Shah, man. Okay? But those are the times we're in. And it's only going to get worse and worse. All right? As we're approaching the end and the downfall of, Esau, Edom kingdom. All right? So, hey, expect to see more of these things. Expect to see more earthquakes, more, uproars of the people, more, disagreeing, what's the word I'm looking for? You're going to see more of these other nations, all right, barking and biting at each other, okay, pulling each other's tail, okay, so to speak, man, all right, for the lack of better words. We're going to see more of that until this place is completely over and through with, man, all right? So, hey, Lord, when this lesson was edifying, straight to the point, all right, to, I came to Aquata seeking the Lord of truth sincerity. Once again, double honor said I was an apostle, great millstone teacher. We want to next time I say shalom.